Bolivia was promised peace. What it got was beatings, bullets, and a whole lot of bedlam. Once boldly waving from the balcony of the presidential palace, the self-appointed interim president, Jeanine Áñez, now hides from angry crowds who are chanting assassin, killer, traitor, because the woman who promised peace.
I assume the presidency with immediate effect, in line with the Constitution, and pledge to take all measures necessary to bring peace to the country.
Has waged war on journalism, on politicians, and on her very own people.
The director of the state radio station was tied to a tree and humiliated for hours. An incident that was reportedly documented by Argentine journalist Sebastiano Moro, who was found unconscious in his home a day later with injuries to different parts of his body and who died 6 days later. Various former ministers described how lists containing their home addresses, telephone numbers, family addresses, and other personal information are being circulated via WhatsApp, Facebook, and other social media. It has also been publicly reported that the lifeless bodies of several people who were killed in the massacre disappeared, allegedly after being collected by law enforcement officers, and no further information has since been provided on them.
Áñez says she's only cracking down on the violent supporters of the previous government. But either way, it seems it's easier to make promises of peace when you haven't had a taste of power yet. And apparently, Áñez quite likes the taste, because despite promising not to seek election in May, she's decided to throw her hat into the ring after all. Now, Washington must be pleased. It was, after all, vocal in its support of the democratic regime change in the Latin American country, but it also considers itself the leader of the free world. So surely such reports of brutality would deserve at least a slap on the wrist, no? Silence, or as good as silence, to the killings, to the beatings, to the tear gas, a diluted, let's all be well behaved. And it's not a one-off pass either. Where was the indignation when hundreds of human rights activists and left-wing community leaders were killed in Colombia? Or when there was a surge in police killings in Brazilian neighborhoods? Or when the Honduran president was allegedly linked to drug traffickers? There wasn't any, or it was half-hearted at best. And what do they all have in common? All the countries are run by right-wing governments who only have nice things to say about Donald Trump. Latin America has long been Washington's playground, from Panama to Guatemala, from Venezuela to Grenada. Washington has been keen to strong-arm in sympathetic leaders. And it seems that once they're in, human rights be damned.